he is not a quality coach for the University of Arkansas.
Let me say something about Coach Bielema. You'll struggle every year, sir. Anywhere between 3 to 5 wins.
Bielema, this should be his last season. Last time to go, boss.
Obviously, it's getting a little old. Nothing that we did out there today can give us any indication that the things that we need to do are just that far away or that close. I mean, it's a long way to go.
We need to start preparing for the future and get us a coach. Our team is an embarrassment to the SEC, and that's unacceptable. And I guarantee you could put Bret Bielema in any other Powers conference except the Big Ten, and he'd lose.
I do believe that a lot of people in life, when you're in a difficult situation, flinch. You got teams that are trying to beat you. You got, a fog around Arkansas that has been around us for a little bit of time that I'm trying to fight off. And those things can wear you down, but if you flinch or if you try to react in a way that you're not accustomed to doing, you're going to have failure. I'm made up of what I'm made up of. I know it'll win. I know it'll have success. And if I flinch anywhere along the way, then my kids are going to be able to, see it, and they'll start doing it. And we just can't have that.
Let's get it straight. Coach Bielema, shut your mouth and let your victories, your record, do the talking for you.
There's an old saying in sales, if you don't know anything about the subject matter at hand, don't open your mouth and prove it. And that sticks with me when these people come across like that, like these bloggers sitting at a bar unemployed and bitching about the world,
I know so many other sides of him. No one's perfect. You just have to go with what people say, and I know better.
Well, my mom will just sit there and probably just kind of silently chuckle. Hope I didn't use any profanity, and then my dad will probably proclaim that that's my boy of some concept.
I just kind of say, that's our son,
I really didn't grow up talking much noise. I don't talk much noise, but
when he was trash talking, he could do it with the best. You knew that.
A lot of people take offense at it, and they shouldn't. It's just Bret.
Would you say you're more like your mom or your dad?
I'm probably 50-50.
I would say you're more like your mom.
I think a lot of people that
looks so good.
like my wife that know, like the softer side of me is definitely from my mom. But the tough side is from my mom too. But Dad kind of has my, Dad makes a decision to go. That's what I am, kind of. Very much so. Okay, so we got guac. We got cheese plate.
Cheese plate.
We got Brussels sprouts extravaganza.
His toughness is something that just wowed his buddies. There was no goof-off time, when he'd play football on Friday nights and stuff like that, he didn't get to lay in bed in the morning and so on and so forth. He played without his ACL from his sophomore year on, so they trained him to use his muscles to replace his ACL, and then with the brace that they give him and stuff, he come out of that spring game and he really made his name there in that spring game. And
had an opportunity to walk on the University of Iowa, chase my dreams. Everything else kind of had a wonderful NFL career for 6 days. It was awesome. But the only thing I knew, the only thing that drove me was my dreams and the things I wanted to do, and I didn't want to have someone tell me no. So don't let that happen. So, until someone absolutely stops you from dreaming, then your opportunities are there. This is my picture to verify that there's my NFL tag. I was 6 days in the Seattle Seahawks organization. Look like I'm about 12 there. I think to get cut so early, so when I went to Seattle, I couldn't pass my physical. So I got sent home early, and I think to be that close to getting somewhere where you wanted to be, you know what I mean? Kind of really was a bummer.
After the failed physical, when did you get the aha moment, I can be a coach?
You know, my senior year, I started thinking about it a little bit. As soon as I got back, I was crying. Like Tom Flores was the head coach, and I was begging him, pleading with him, let me stay. I'll sign a waiver. You don't have to pay me a dime. And he wouldn't do it. Coach Fry had heard what had happened, and he basically said, if you'll come to work for me, I'll hire you as a GA, and you can start working for me tomorrow, and I'll pay for your knee surgery. And I said, deal. These are black Kamada olives stuffed with garlic cloves.
I thought they were just black olives, no?
No.
I think they're just black olives.
Pitted, and then a grilled garlic clove is stuffed into each one. And again, this is a one of a kind. See this one? It's too big to go in, so you just eat it.
That's a lot of garlic.
True. It's not recommended if you're not married.
I think he's very caring. I worked full time when the kids were little, so my mom watched him while he was in kindergarten. She fed my aunt every day. She couldn't feed herself. So my mom would go every day to the nursing home. Well, he was there. So he went to the nursing home every day. And he just always has had a soft feeling, I think, ever since then for people.
I was the youngest of four for 7 years, and my sister came around when I turned 7, my little sister. So I, a lot of times, would help out in the kitchen. We didn't have a dishwasher in the house, but we had a family of 5. We had a dishwasher, but it didn't, wouldn't load a lot in it. And my mom used to work late nights on Monday nights because she was also on the Board of Education, so she'd get home real late, and she'd always make us a meal that was ready to be made in the oven for all of us kids and our dads. There's a lot of dishes, and so my brother and I would, on Monday nights, we'd rotate, and we would always do the dishes after dinner because Mom always did them, and didn't know anybody. She'd always give us a big kiss in the morning, and always say thank you and all that stuff. And then I went to see my grandma. She was in a nursing home, and I went to see her, and she was in a bad state, And she said, "This is gonna be the last time I see you." I'm like, oh, "It's not true, Gram, whatever." But she said, "Your mom loves it when you do the dishes." I was like, "What?" She goes, "She would always tell me when you do the dishes for like 10 years." And I think about that all the time because I knew it meant a lot to her, but I didn't know it meant a lot to her. But she's telling my grandmother, and here's my grandmother's last kind of words were, "Hey, she loves it when you do the dishes." So I always kind of say everybody has dishes, You just got to find out what those dishes are and when they need to be done, then you can make a difference. So.